I'm not talking about the golfer here, but Tom Watson, the author, used to work in politics, and he says he realized that kids are smarter than adults, and it's more fun writing books for them than writing speeches for grown-ups. That brings us to Stick Dog Chases a Pizza, the third book in the Stick Dog series. And Tom joins us this morning to explain how these stories came about. Good morning, Tom. How are you?
Hey, Mike, how are you? Thanks for having me on.
I'm good. Thank you for being here. You must be onto something here. Talk about this newest book. What's it about?
Well, it's Stick Dog. The Stick Dog series is really about 5 stray dogs who are always on a search for something to eat because they don't have human families to take care of them. The books are really about the laughs. I'm a big believer that if kids are laughing, they keep on reading. So they're really about the laughs. This third book is about their kind of an epic quest for pizza.
Yeah, is this for middle school students?
Totally, yeah. It's maybe 2nd to 5th grade is about the Wheelhouse, although I get nice comments from parents who use it as a read aloud, and even some stuff from teenagers who are getting the humor in the books. That it's not real snarky humor, if you know what I mean. It's more adult. It's self-deprecation and irony and those kinds of things, and even older kids are getting those jokes.
Yeah, I look at the cover of this book. How do you convey that humor and emotion through those stick figures that I'm looking at there?
It's true, isn't it? The drawings, some people say they're bad. I like to call them primitive.
Yes.
That's actually how Stick Dog got his name. I was sketching a little dog at the kitchen table, and my kids were making fun of me and said, "What is that thing?" And I was like, "It's a dog." And they named him Stick Dog, and that's sort of how the whole idea started. But kids really do identify with the pictures. When I visit schools and stuff, I always do a Stick Dog drawing lesson. And, you know, you throw together a few lines, a rectangle, and a couple of triangles, and you got a stick dog pretty quickly.
Right.
And even the little guys, the kindergartners, can draw these dogs, and I think that really helps them relate to the book and relate to the story.
Yeah, so how do you do that, though? How do you use those illustrations to help tell the story? It's got to be a little more sophisticated than that, isn't it?
Yeah, well, it's amazing what you can do with these little guys, though. You know, if you just add a little wink or a wag of a tail or a little motion, you can really convey some emotion through the story. And, you know, the story is ridiculous enough that even if the illustrations aren't quite that good, the kids still relate to them.
Yeah, I've got to ask you, you said that you think that kids are smarter than adults. I got to ask you why. Why do you think that is?
Well, as you said in your intro, I worked in politics for a long time early in my career. And if you know anything about politics, and I'm sure you do, doing a show like this, you know that some of the grown-ups in that business aren't the brightest bunch. So I think kids are way smarter than adults, and it's a lot more fun writing stick dog stories than writing speeches for grown-ups, let me tell you.
Yeah, I can imagine that. Any insight into the 4th Stick Dog book? What do you have coming up?
Absolutely. There are going to be at least 6, and the 4th one comes out in May. That's called Stick Dog Dreams of Ice Cream, and I'm really happy with the way that turned out. It's going to be pretty good.
What's it like for you, how much these books have taken off?
It's really neat. You know, I've always been a writer ever since college, sometimes in politics, sometimes in advertising and marketing. And now that these books have taken hold and kids are really getting into them, it's just, I consider it a real blessing because it's so much fun to go out and visit schools and hang out with 3rd graders and keep writing these stories and knowing that they're laughing along with them and even getting reluctant readers to go, wow, this is the first sort of chapter book I've ever finished. And that's a really good feeling. It makes me feel great, to be honest with you, and it's a lot of fun.
Yeah, I bet it is. And you're not hanging around with politicians. Stick Dog books are available in stores and online. Tom, thanks for your time this morning. Much success to you.
Thanks, Mike. Have a good one.
You betcha. Mary, over to you.